Okay, we're live.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. Hello, Internet. This is Justin Freed, and this show is brought to you by the battery life of my mid-2010 MacBook Pro and my brother's Jimi Hendrix T-shirt. That last part was more apropos for the people watching us instead of listening, if there are any of those. Okay, I'm with Chaim Cohen of HaimTime.com. Hello, Chaim.
Hello.
He's wearing camouflage, and Paul N. Shapiro of searchwilderness.com, .net, and .org. He bought all of those top-level domain names. Or bought all of those, right?
How about search.wilderness?
I don't think that's a TLD yet.
Yeah. The NYC just got added to the list, right? Or is it not that it just got added to the list? It's that New York
They're available.
Okay, they're available now for like regular citizens for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
How can we get .inThirty?
Well, I would just want .30, I suppose. I don't.
And then we could be the first one to get in .30.
I don't know how popular that would be. Does that fit the requirements of a TLD? Can it be numeric? I don't think so.
You can
get the money.
We can get 30.in.
Yeah, I wanted a .in domain name. It was massively expensive.
I can get CHA.im for £450 a year.
Okay, that's worth every Twinkie you would have to eat to gain that much weight. Okay.
CHA.
All right. So let's get started. Chaim, you wanted to direct today's show to what? The Google and Apple announcements?
We have concrete evidence that the Apple announcement, it's been way too long, is on the 16th, which I think is that Tuesday?
Paul,
It's a boring announcement, right?
Yeah. Yes, exactly. And Paul, can you clarify for the listeners why Chaim said it's been way too long?
I have no idea.
Then Chaim, you better clarify.
That's on the invitation. That's the only thing on the invitation with some weird Art Deco effect.
We always have to walk the tightrope of determining how much our listeners already know. They all know more than us, but we have to decide whether or not we pretend that we think that they know the advertising copy from an Apple announcement or not.
How is this a boring announcement? This is the iPad announcement.
iPads are boring.
Which I'm in the market for, by the way.
Oh, now they're exciting all of a sudden, Chaim. You are the consumerist. You are the most consumerist I've ever laid eyes on.
My wife wants a new iPad for the holidays.
Okay, for the holidays. So for her Christmas gift, she's getting an iPad, and what's she getting for Hanukkah?
For Hanukkah will be the 32 gig LTE iPad.
And for Sukkot, then, what is her Sukkot gift?
You don't give gifts on Sukkot. You eat in the sukkah.
Okay, well, you're gonna bring one into the backyard, share it with the in-laws.
Yes.
Okay, good. All right. So yes, this will be an iPad announcement. The big thing is whether or not that little dot that was on the mock-ups, where the current mute or ringer off switch is going to be in the shipping model. Whether or not they're removing that switch. Because I think they are going to, actually. I think that makes sense. Get rid of that switch on an iPad. Who needs that?
Are they making bigger iPads? New bigger iPads?
No one expects that October 16th will yield an announcement or a mention of bigger-sized iPads, but instead ones that are half a millimeter thinner, probably.
Is that a new thing? Gigantic tablet?
Yes, there's a rumor 12-inch iPad.
It would be called the iPad Plus or iPad
I was just
Pro.
joking.
No, but there is one, and I'm in the camp to get one. I mean, I think my wife would want one.
A 13-inch iPad?
Yeah.
What about the original Surface? Not like the little tiny tablets that they're making for computers now, but like the original Microsoft Surface. Which is
I've seen a Surface Pro in the wild.
Not a Surface Pro, like the original.
Oh, the $10,000 table.
Yeah, the table.
Yes, that is what Mrs. Heimtime wants.
No. I mean, Dell sells for $700. It's a 17-inch monitor with a stand that's touchscreen that's running Windows 8.1, and it's not a terrible idea, but the specs are not up to what people want.
I want to be able to strap it to my back.
You can. It's a sandwich board. It's a digital sandwich board. You just need two of them.
But look, if you're traveling with something like this, then it's not for you. But it's for people who are like, oh, I'm working upstairs. Oh, now I have the baby. I want this big screen. I'll just carry it downstairs. It's not a portable. It's not that portable, but it's not portable.
I think
touchscreen iMac.
That I don't think that's gonna. The only way that would happen is if they use that patent where it swivels down from being perpendicular to the desk to being like at a 12 or 13 or 15 degree angle from the desk, and even that, it's just like, it's like why?
What I don't understand is I'm actually excited for the 16, and we had to hear about the iPhones and how they're going to chamfer the edges and the aluminum, and now we have some more.
Except you are dead wrong. Because there are no chamfered edges on the iPhone 6 series.
No. And I thought you would be happy that here
nothing
I am
is
in
chamfered.
the Android camp. I'm in the Android camp, and I'm in the market for another iPad.
You know, in the past couple of months, I've had sort of the misfortune of playing with a lot of Android devices, rolling them out for clients, helping people that try to get on corporate networks with them. And, you know, the unification thing, from my perspective, obviously I can dig through the settings really quickly in iOS. And it's not even, I'm not 100% good on it. I have to think sometimes, is it in general, where is it? But there is such a vast difference that it's not vast. It's just that the differences are subtle, but they add up on Androids. We're doing simple tasks can be really, really, really annoying. If it's like the LG, there's this cool LG phone that this woman bought because she can bring her own device now. The button color changes. Nothing is where it is on any other Android. Like, why?
Well, that's what I've been railing on for years. And there was an article posted a few weeks ago, the Google handbook. If you want to say with Google or using Google Play services, you have to go there. And people are now criticizing Google for not making it open source. It's too draconian. And Google turns around and says, well, we don't want all this nonsense. The idea of you skinning it wasn't to change the button layout or this or that. It was to add features that makes your phone or your tablet better, like the Moto Assist or some of the Samsung stuff that's terrible, but there.
You know, the reason I felt that it was worthy to bring that up at this point was because I think you're wanting an iPad is a pretty big acknowledgement that, you know, at the very least there's something to the kind of the limitations of iOS in a way. Like those limitations, they can be annoying too. It's certainly not perfect, but at 85% of the time, those limitations might help. Is the point?
Well, for most people. So no, I mean, I'm going to be looking at the new iPads. My wife will get one. The other rumored announcement, and this is pure conjecture, just like Google does it in general, is that the 16th will bring the new Nexus tablet. Not the Nexus 7, they're dubbing it the Nexus 9 made by HTC.
Wait. Didn't you skip the Nexus 6 then? I thought that there was going to be a...
Well, this may be an HTC announcement, we don't know, but the Nexus 6 also hopefully drops, and I'm still on the fence whether I need to buy that.
I think they should make it something called the Google Apple Watch. There you go. And it's a watch, okay? You turn it on, and there's a video camera somewhere on an apple orchard, and that's all it displays. Okay.
Well, let's look at it this way. What are we hoping for in a new iPad?
Cheaper price. There you go. Phil Schiller comes out and knocks $50 off the top of it. That's what we need.
What about everyone with? There's no Wi-Fi model. There's just $4.99 gets you.
Not worth it. No.
32 gig minimum. So $4.99 gets you a 32 gig one.
I don't even think that's going to happen. I think that dropping the entry price for a flagship like series would be the cool thing. I don't know that they're going to do that, but that would ring some bells. I mean that's what it comes down to. Also, we need to see how iOS 8 plays out on here. Maybe there's going to be a feature or two. Are people going to be Apple paying with these things? Probably not. This is going to be a simple announcement. Are there any software rumors to go along with it?
Anything? Not software, but we have to talk iMacs, which I'm also in the market for.
I find that people with children want iMacs. I think it's something that they seem sturdier or something.
No, no. My laptop is old. My laptop is old, and it's going on. It's for over 5 years. Whatever it
What?
is,
I
it's
thought we were talking
maxed
about
out.
iMacs.
Oh, it's maxed out. It has max RAM. It has a solid state drive, and it's sluggish. So at this point, I'm saying, you know what? Let's go iMac. Because here's the thing: I don't think I've moved my Mac off the stand maybe more than 10 times,
Yes.
11 times maybe. So why not get an iMac? But I want a Retina iMac. So I don't know how much that's going to cost, but if the
You,
price is too much, I'm going to try and eke another year out of my laptop now.
but you really need a Retina iMac. Is that for like intense multitasking on the 20-inch screen? I mean,
Well, what I actually do is I do photo editing. I mean, I'm not a professional here, but I do photo editing, and it would be nice. And why would you buy a non-Retina iMac? I mean,
how about a high resolution one? I mean, like and for all the burning and dodging that you do, you need it to be super high resolution.
well, I mean, so the entry level one is not, but if you pay $300 more, you get the Retina one, and it's going to be something you're going to keep for 4 or 5 years. And if you just buy this one and next year everything goes Retina, the entire product line, I mean, you're going to feel a little stupid.
You're gonna feel really upset when everything's 4K.
So yeah, well, I don't know. Whatever they want to define as Retina, I guess that is 4K.
There's never going to be a picture of Nathan Taken where like every last pore on his little face is not visible. You know, like give it. You're gonna have to start.
Wait, so when Steve Jobs announces the Retina on the iPhone 4, now that's become a new metric. Now that they're mentioning Retina on the iMac, you're like, you really don't need it. You could go back to 840 by 480, no problem.
I say you need the only thing you need Retina on is your Retinas. No, I'm joking. I think it would be cool to have a Retina iMac. The 15-inch Retina MacBook Pros, you can get a lot out of them multitasking wise. So maybe that will happen. I mean, I could see that happening. And look, it's as a theme. I think Phil Schiller, right? I think he would be the one to get this honor. Would like to say, now our whole product line is Retina. You know.
So do we drop the non-Retina iPad Mini?
Exactly. That's what I'm alluding to. That it wouldn't need to be dropped. It would just mean that in every product class with like a display, there's a Retina version.
Or is that the education one? Is that the low-cost one? It's iPad Air, and it's iPad Air, iPad Mini Retina, and then the iPad Mini non-Retina for whatever, $199, $299.
Air does not work for a device that's to put. I mean, it kind of floats visually, but it doesn't really work for a device you're not carrying. I think. Paul, you think there's going to be how many more times is Apple going to use the plus adjective? Or is that an adjective there? The
I think it's done.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
no iPad Plus.
Why would they have an iPad Plus?
I think the 12-inch is going to be the iPad Plus. I think you wait till March, and either March or this time next year, and you're going to have the 12-inch iPad Plus.
At that I would want Apple to throw in some type of Apple-made an integrated keyboard. Something to really.
At this point, you want the second button on the mouse.
It's I don't want a Lenovo Yoga or a Dell. What do they do? A Dell Flip or something? I don't know. But I mean that's where it would be a Pro or a Plus. It would if the iPad gained a keyboard. Even if it was just like one that Apple has blessed somehow. All right, so where are we on time?
We're at 14 minutes, but I'm just shocked by how nobody cares.
No, I mean, look, this is like the world moving on. This is what happens.
I'm the one that cared. I'm like the one that cares. Where I was lukewarm a month ago.
All right, Paul. How much money is Chaim going to be set to spend after the announcements on the?
There's a lot of money going. There's a lot of money going on this one too.
No, because he's in it at a Rivka level. He's in it at a laptop replacement level. We're talking $3,000 here. Chaim's in it for $3,000.
Well, look, we have for the holidays. I'm debating on the next topic, the Nexus 6, which is Shamu, they're calling it. I'm in it for a tablet because I need a tablet. My wife needs a tablet. I need a new computer.
You have too many devices, Chaim.
Well, my wife says she needs a tablet, so therefore she needs it. I mean,
Okay, that's fine, but what about you?
well, the baby is now stealing my iPad on a daily basis.
So
No.
the baby needs a new tablet?
So my Nexus 7 is dead in the water. If you wanted to hold open a door, it may be used for that.
Just buy 30 shares of Apple stock, and Nathan will be much happier with that in 10 years.
So
You'll be all right. So you've got a lot to. I feel like I have to do this as a matter of principle. The Moto series of phones, which I did have the pleasure of using, the add-on software there is pretty cool. I found, but it struck me that it was so kind of good that it should have just been the Android experience overall that was lacking, and then on the other Nexus series of phones. It was.
But that's what's going to happen.
Okay,
That's
so
what's
the
going to
Moto
happen next
series,
week.
I want to say then that there is a standout, and the Moto software is good. This is not correct, but like this is I should have gotten this in earlier when I was criticizing my phones. But anyway, okay, so you're gonna have two screens open, Chaim, and just be racking. You're gonna be deciding how many American Express frequent flyer miles you're gonna be getting between the two announcements, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, look what you're saying. You're saying Google buys Motorola and then lets them do whatever they want with these guidelines, and they came up with some sort of special add-on to make people gravitate towards Motorola, which is the whole idea of the open source, the Open Handset Alliance, or whatever they wanted to call. Here are the features.
Motorola.
And then they sell Motorola to Lenovo. So, but this Moto X, maybe next year's Moto X, whatever Nexus is going to come out next week, those are all really Google-inspired phones.
Okay, so are you saying now that those benefits that I saw are going to make its way to the Nexus line?
I don't. They're probably not, because that's a Motorola thing, and they want you to buy a Moto X. I have a feeling the rumors are that the Nexus 6, whatever it's going to be called, is just going to be a larger new Moto X. So it's what you see now on the Moto X, just larger.
So it is. So Moto is going to Nexus. The Moto software is going to Nexus.
No, not the software, the hardware.
Oh, the hardware. Okay. I mean, that's not where the standout element was. It was the add-on software. So what is Google going to tell us on the 16th?
Well,
We should. Elon Musk. I get a kick out of his name. Is going to be making a Tesla D announcement. He's unveiling the D at 7 p.m. PST, which is 10 p.m. Right with the.
Today? Is that today?
Yeah. It's actually 4 hours difference, but yeah. There's another announcement afoot a couple of hours after we get off. But anyway, Chaim, what is Google going to announce on the 16th? Because
we're thinking that it's going to be the new Nexus tablet replacement, whether it be the 7 or the 10. They're dubbing it the Nexus 9, being hopefully a larger than 9-inch tablet rather than a smaller than 9-inch tablet. Like, I don't want an 8.75. I'd rather a 9.5-inch tablet.
I think the aspect ratio is what they have to work on with the tablet.
They're claiming it's 4:3.
Okay, so that would be, I think that's superior to the really narrow feeling Nexus 7. So, okay. Paul, have you had a chance to play around with the Nexus 7?
That's the current tablet?
Yeah, there are two iterations. There's a 2013 and 2012.
I got one for Laura.
Okay, so what do you think of that aspect ratio?
It's fine. It's a small tablet.
Well, that's my biggest problem. So when I got the Nexus 7, I was using it. I was the one that says the iPad is too big, and then when I got my bigger phone, I said this weird 7-inch middle is just not there. What I'm doing on the 7-inch, I might as well either do on the phone or go full on and go 10-inch with the iPad. And I really like the iPad's 9.7, so I'm hoping this Nexus 9 is bigger rather than smaller.
I think they're going to do
that. I think everything's about size. Like I feel like we're not really innovating here.
This is turning into technology. Is this turning into an issue of Cosmo size?
Yeah. Size matters. Well, we have to talk about your. Okay, that's one, and then at some point soon, two things come out: the phone, and then Android L, and the name for whatever Android L is. And app developers are already starting to push out apps with the material design, as they call it,
That'll make a big change. That'll be important for Google overall, obviously. I mean,
and it's going to look nice. They're making it easy for developers. Developers are jumping on board. So I mean, I already have 3 or 4 apps that are already material designed. They look really nice. Non-Google apps.
Our friends at Pocket Cast, I think, have a material design version, right?
They're working on it. They're not done with it yet.
Okay.
They have a better announcement than that. They basically have Pocket Cast online. So,
but what happened? Is there going to be an Android Wear announcement at this? I mean, is Google going to have a Google branded Nexus watch? Nexus. I mean, is Google Glass going to become Google like Nexus Glass? I mean, what is going on there? It seems like this is.
No, it's not going to be. You're not going to get whoever Hugo Barra's replacement is. I think it's just literally they're going to do a soft announcement. HTC is going to do it, saying here's the Nexus 9, and maybe Motorola is going to do it. But there's no concrete information other than just rumors.
Paul,
Isn't Google Glass supposed to be like a consumer product by now?
Yes, you can buy it. It's in the Google Play Store.
Yeah, but it's not a consumer product. It's just accessible to consumers.
Well,
that's true. It is just as useless as it was. I mean, it is. I mean, really. Okay. Not saying it's not valuable in the like a research.
I'm just angry at Google. I'm angry at Apple. They're not doing anything cool.
The heads-up display might become important in cars.
All right. So
the always-on functionality of OK Google, which kind of works. Like those things are important. Google Glass moves that forward. I just want to get another domestic joke in here. How many nights would Chaim have to spend on the couch if he gave Rivka a Nexus 9 tablet rather than an iPad? I think that's like a month.
No. She has an Android phone. She knows how to use it. She just silos her things in different ways. And don't ask me why. I've offered her to buy her Pocket Cast for the iPad. She doesn't want to do it. She likes to use their podcast app, I guess.
The point is that you've said it in a different way, Chaim, that if Grandma gets Johnny a Nexus something instead of an iPad something, Johnny is not going to go to Grandma's funeral. I mean, like he's gonna.
No, I think we get a different one now. I think that Grandma walks into a store, most likely a Microsoft store, and says, "I want that new iPad. I want the iPad all the kids are talking about," and they're like, "Oh, we don't have it, but here's this Dell 7-inch tablet that's underpowered, and little Johnny's gonna get a BlackBerry tablet at the end of the day."
So Johnny's grandma lives near one of the 3 Microsoft stores. I mean, okay, it's possible. It's possible. Okay, so Chaim, okay, if we're going to make this a mishmash show, I would like to say that the Chromecast backdrop feature got rolled out yesterday.
I've not played with it yet.
Adds weather info, the ability to upload Google Plus photos to a Chromecast for the background. It makes it kind of cool to keep your TV on a lot and burn out the backlight or the LEDs if that's the type of TV you have. It's good tech. It makes sense. For $35, the Chromecast has really come a long way, and it alludes to full control of the Chromecast over the internet. I think you actually might be able to control these settings now. So that was I don't know. Bravo to Google. I think the Chromecast is nice. I like it.
And did you download the Yosemite GM2?
I've been on Yosemite for a while, and I am on the most current version, and it's slick. The only issue that I've had is that the cursor in log me in tends to flicker a lot. But aside from that, it's performance-wise, it's the same, or it's the same. It was good in Mavericks. It's good now, and I much prefer the UI. I really heavily prefer the UI.
And then we have Fitbit not going to integrate with Apple's Health Kit.
I didn't see that announcement, Chaim. That's very interesting to me. I was actually thinking a year in. I like the Force. I don't like how they completely.
You're not supposed to show that on air. You were supposed to have returned it or recycled it.
I have my Force. It's actually missing a screw somehow. It's still holding itself together pretty well. I think it's a good piece of kit. I like it. I don't like how, and I think the CEO really needs to apologize. They claimed it would have notifications on it from iOS, and I think they were almost happy about the recall.
You can't buy a Force. You can't. You're supposed to have destroyed it, I guess, if you want, if that's what you want to call it. My Force no longer connects to Bluetooth, so I can only see the number of steps from the Force itself.
Then it would be. I like to have my number of steps in Fitbit, my number of miles driven in automatic, and to see my, to use my Google account history to see how many emails I've sent and where I mean, I dig it. But tell us more about this. They officially said they're not integrating with HealthKit.
Yeah, they think they can do it better.
I mean, they're gonna shoot themselves in the foot.
Agreed. I mean, is this like we saw the Apple Watch and we're jealous of it, and now this is how this is?
I don't know. I didn't think that all watches right now, Apple and all the Android watches, Android Wear, have step counters on them.
Pedometers.
Well, yeah, pedometers. They may not. Fitbit can claim that they are the most accurate, but I don't think people want necessarily 100% accurate. They want to know approximately how far they've gone, with the magic number being 10,000. So who cares if you walk 10,542, or hey, you walked 10,000 steps today? We could be off, I don't know, 5%, but.
It's not that people make a big deal about the precision of it. It's the overall experience of using it. And the Fitbit Force, I mean, the fact that the time goes first is cool. They could have thrown the date on here; it wouldn't have killed them. But then it goes right to my steps. It displays it nicely.
But you and I are the Force, where Paul on his Flex it just has the 4 LED notifications. That's it.
It's 20%. It's 20% increments to your goal. It's five LEDs.
Oh yeah, but still, you have to look at your phone to see everything. So you're wearing this thing that, I mean, you might as well just wear a watch that gets you pretty close to the right number of steps.
I think you're making a mistake thinking that somehow the Fitbit devices have a stronger pedometer hardware-wise in them and better software to track steps. I don't think that's the case. I don't think Fitbit is even going to say that. I think they're going to make up some other nonsense about how their altimeter is better, or maybe they will say their hardware is a little better than software. But no, that is not what does it. It is the corresponding services that make something of that number. Apple's looked really good with the concentric circles for like amount of movement, amount of exercise, amount of time sitting, you know.
Yeah, I mean, part of the whole like Fitbit thing is like having access to your data the way you want it, right? It's all like the quantified self, and then if you're not putting it into the platform that everyone else is going to be wanting to use, like what's the point? You're sort of killing like a major part of that.
So I thought about it the other way, that the Apple Watch, I'm like this hypothetical like device I'm going to hypothetically have. I'm going to be upset because I know it's never going to integrate with IFTTT, and you know, I think that's a cool feature. So you can look at it like, but you're right, Paul. The point stands that it's how it fits into all the other stuff that you use, you know, and how it feels just to check your steps. Does it feel good? Does it reinforce it? Does it make it feel like the thing that you're wearing is fashionable and cool? That's what it depends on. Yeah.
I want to end the show. We got 2 minutes left. Who is the most hated band right now in America?
Nickelback.
No.
One Direction.
U2. Everyone. Now, I've not listened to the new U2 album, but apparently people were so mad that U2 was put on their device without their knowledge that they had to release a U2 removal tool.
Yes, this happened the day after.
I know, we're a little late on it, but just for like some lighthearted commentary on a pretty useless show.
So, Paul, how much do you hate Bono? Do you have him locked up in your closet right now? I mean,
U2 hasn't been relevant in a while.
Well, so what happens if your first experience right now, the day before you buy your iPhone 6, is the Joshua Tree? And you're like, wow.
But it's not the Joshua Tree. It's this new album that, I mean, apparently there was news today that 81 million people experienced it, whatever that means.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm bringing up.
Like that. But no, like, well, when was the last relevant U2 album?
When was the last time I listened to U2 in any meeting?
They make me nervous. They make me, with Sunday, Bloody Sunday, the songs make me nervous.
No, Sunny Bloody Sunday, I think was a Black Sabbath song that they covered.
No, I'm not. I don't think so, Chaim. But I thank you for chiming in. They haven't been relevant since they did their silhouettes for the iPod, whenever the hell that was a thing, right? So
Yeah.
thank you for your 2-minute closure to the show, Heimton. This
So
has been
just like the Apple announcement, we end the show with you two.
this that's right. Yes, I wish Bono could come out right now. Okay, this has been episode something of inThirty. Thank you for listening, Heim. Get those frequent flyer miles on your Amex. Okay. All right. Bye.